Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I'm going to talk about All That. Now, I first saw All That back in, I think it was in January of '94. Of course, only one episode aired at a time. Maybe they were, maybe Nickelodeon showed that, how it would do, and, to see if they would continue, but anyway, the rest of the first season wouldn't start airing until late December of 1994. And when I started watching it on a regular basis, I actually liked it a lot because it was so funny, and I laughed at every joke. Now, before all that, there were two other shows that was kind of like it, that came before. One, of course, was You Can't Do That on Television, and the second was Roundhouse. Now, You Can't Do That on Television was kind of like the predecessor of all that. I mean, it was kind of like what it would become. And when I started watching that show, I didn't know I was watching reruns. At least I think I was watching reruns because that show started airing in the 80s. And the Roundhouse came along, and they had some sketches. Only the difference is that it was more of an improv thing. Now, uh, once all that came along, well, I think that's what helped Nickelodeon, get more viewers because the show did so well on Nickelodeon that it lasted for many seasons. And I remember the sketches like Good Burger, Super Dude, Vital Information, and a bunch of other sketches. That was really funny. Ishbu and the Lemonade Girl, and during that the show's run, when not only did I watch it, but also my sister did, and even a cousin of ours, started too, and sometimes the three of us reenact sketches from all that, and when it's just me and my sister, she and we would reenact as well, like me and our cousin would play the guy characters, and my sister would play the girl characters. And as for watching the show, well, during the entire show's run, I would laugh at every joke, no matter how many times I would watch it. Yes, I mean, I couldn't stop laughing. Also, I remember in when season two came along, and well, right back. Oh yeah, forgot to mention. Yes, the original All That cast featured of Kenan Thompson, Kel Mitchell, Josh Server, Lori Beth Stenberg, Alyssa Reeves, uh, Angelique. I forgot her last name. Katrina Johnson. Who was I missing? I think that's it. Unless I'm leaving somebody out. But yes, those were the original cast members. And without them, all that wouldn't be what it is, what it became. And of course, well, during the first season, each uh, opening, I mean, not a theme song, but each opening sketch would feature the cast members as themselves, but doing being funny situations, like depending on what the situation is, and that was really funny. And then when season two came along, well, the cast members would be seen in some kind of a lounge. I think one of the funniest one I remember was, let's see, I think it was with no, can't think of any at the moment, but yeah, there was a lot of funny stuff that happened. And then we got season three, which introduced Amanda Bynes, who had her own show, a Nickelodeon called The Amanda Show. Oh, and before that, Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell even have got their own show as well, Nickelodeon, and also talk both their show and The Amanda Show and other videos. Yes, and here's the thing. All that was the starting point of many celebrities who are famous now, because well, it helped with their careers. You see, first of all, Kim Kiel got her own show, like I said before, and they did so well that eventually, well, Amanda Bynes became so popular and all that that she got her own show as well, and then eventually, the Amanda Show introduced two new people, the Drake Bell and the Josh Beck, who would star in the Nickelodeon show Drake and Josh. And not only that, well, Drake and Josh will also featured Miranda Cosgrove, who would later on to play Carly in the Nickelodeon TV show iCarly. And that show would have, well, would introduce Jenna McCurdy. And not only that, they would have had an episode that introduced Victoria Justice, who starred in her own show Victorious. We introduced Ariana Grande, and eventually both Victorious and iCarly would have spin-off shows starring Ariana Grande and Jenna McCarthy in the TV show Sam and Cat. So, if it weren't for all that, a lot of the shows that came afterwards wouldn't exist, and a lot of these, not anybody involved in all that, and who were the shows that became possible because of it, also wouldn't have the careers without it. So it's thanks to all that we have a lot of these popular shows, Nickelodeon, and of course, a lot of these actors got their start. Now, more on all that. Well, let's see. Yes, and also in the first season of all that, well, the line changed, and it's been that line for a few seasons. Oh, and I forgot which season it was, but I think a few seasons. Oh yeah, during first, I forgot to mention that season three also introduced this girl named Trixie, but I forgot her last name. And then later on, I think another season, well, we got three new cast members, which was Danny DeVarelli, Christy Knowles, I think that was her name, and Leon Thompson. And I knew, well, I didn't know much about Danny DeVarelli's actual name when I was a kid, but he did star in the Nickelodeon series Pete and Pete. So I was surprised to see him on there. Now let's see anything else. Yes, and eventually a season like that became Nick Cannon, and after that it was Gabriel Iglesias. Now during those years, some of some of the original cast stopped getting involved in all that. The first to leave the show was, let's see, yeah, Angelique. Yeah, she's been there for only two seasons, and the next cast member to go will be Loretta Denberg, I think. And let's see, yeah, Trisha, she was only there for one season, and let's see, yeah, there's some cast members that left, and then eventually, after a few years, well, the show well not really got canceled, but new episodes would be made for at least almost a year. But around that time, all that we would have, this thing called episodes called the best of, the best Townsend, the best Amanda Bynes, and so on. Now, I think it was in 2002 when, oh yeah, I forgot to wait, see, I forgot to mention something. Oh, remember. Oh yeah, before I talk about the next thing, I forgot to mention that all that had its 100 episodes, and it featured we're celebrating 100 episodes of the series, and a lot of funny sketches on it, and some guest stars from other Nickelodeon shows, and it would air as a 1 hour special. Now, after the show's original run, well, Well, I think I don't recall a reboot, but when the direction you see, in the year 2002, all that started off with a brand new cast. Yes, now I won't be able to name them all because I don't know the names, but here are the ones I know of: Lisa Boyles, Chelsea Bennett, Jack Desana. I don't think who was I missing. Oh, and Jamie Lynn Spears. Yes, the sister of Britney Spears, and I think she appeared the season afterwards. And not only that, I remember that that cast of all that, well, they did this thing on Snake called they did Dares, and it was a bunch of crazy dares, and oh, I also forgot to mention that all that, well, new episodes of all that would air on Snake, which was its lineup on Nickelodeon every Saturday night. And let's see, what else am I? Oh yeah, and then of course we have the 10-year anniversary of all that, celebrating all 10 seasons, and a lot of former cast members has appeared on all that, and they also had guest stars, not just from other Nickelodeon shows, but who were stars of shows on other networks as well. And let's see, yes, oh, and I forgot, I remember other sketches too. There was as Ashley, and that was very funny. And then we have Detective Dan. Yes, I won't mention every sketch because there's so many to talk about. And let's see, oh yes, I remember now. I also remember there was this contest, to introduce the next a new cast member for all that. And a lot of kids were auditioning for the part, and I thought it would cool if I could audition too. But you see, I was already a teenager, and I had a few more years left until I became an adult, and probably would be possible for me because I will probably be too old to, well, at least I thought I was too old to audition for being all that, which is, yeah, I mean, if I knew about auditions of all that, during, the ones when I was in high school, maybe I would have tried, but, things happen. And of course, the season with Chrissy Kirkman. Oh yeah, yeah, the winner was Chrissy Kirkman, and she became the final cast member to appear to be part of all that. You know, before that show got canceled in 2005. Of course, reruns would air and all that. Nickelodeon for well, I don't know how long because by the time I finished high school, I wasn't watching much television, that many TV shows on a regular basis. Oh, I forgot to mention about Jamie Lynn Spears. Yeah, she after she became a part of all that, she also had her own show called Story 101, and it was a teen drama as well. But I didn't bother watching much of it because I guess it didn't interest me. But anyway, yes. And let's see. Yeah, so after the show got canceled in 2005, there wasn't any. Well, all that would only air as reruns, for some time until it stopped airing Nickelodeon. Although it would air on the network TNEC for some time, and some popular sketches are on YouTube at the moment. Then last year in 2019, I mean it was late 2018, but all that got a reboot. We switched to an all new cast, for the new generation. I mean, and the first episode of the reboot, it had few former cast members, to help them out. So in a way, they're kind of like the training wheels of the cast members, or passing the torch, whatever you want to call it. But as soon as they got the cast members to the new cast to be part of it, then they were on their own. And well, I saw some of those sketches on YouTube, and they were very funny. I mean, I laughed, and this was what Nickelodeon was, and it reminded me of what Nickelodeon was like back when I was a kid. And it was yeah, I did like those sketches as well. And well, so far I haven't heard anything about the new old dad doing anything they shouldn't do since it's a kids show. But if you are a parent, then it's important to always keep an eye out. Just to make sure the show is not doing anything that they shouldn't be doing on a kids show. Because a lot of kids shows are doing certain things these days, but just keep an eye out. Just in case. Yes, and then, and I'm not being paid by Nickelodeon to talk about all that. You see, I'm just sharing my memories of what I enjoyed when I was growing up, and telling you about the new stuff as well. So I think that's all I can say about what's going on. I think that's all I can say about all that in this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.